the LG 27MD5KLB Apple Studio display, Dell U4025QW, MSI MPG 321, URX and ASUS ProArt PA279CRV are the most popular monitors for Mac of 2024. But which is the absolute best? We are going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we're going to compare them on the resolution and display quality category, which has a multiplier of 2. Let's kick things off with the LG 27MD5KLB, a monitor that's been a staple in my setup for months. Its 5K resolution is breathtaking, offering incredible detail and color accuracy, but I've noticed some inconsistencies in brightness across the panel. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Apple Studio display, which I've had the pleasure of using extensively, this thing is a beast with its 5K resolution and P3 wide color gamut, though I wish it had HDR support for that extra pop. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. The Dell U4025QW is a curved wonder I've been testing recently, boasting a unique 5K 2K resolution that offers a great balance of screen real estate and sharpness. But I found the curve can sometimes distort straight lines in design work. I'm rating it 8.5 out of 10. Now, the MSI MPG 321 URX. I've been gaming on this bad boy, and let me tell you, its 4K resolution combined with that 240 Hz refresh rate is a sight to behold, though I've noticed some minor blooming in dark scenes. It's scoring a 9 out of 10 from me. Last but not least, the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV, which I've been using for photo editing lately. Its 4K resolution and factory calibration are impressive, delivering stunning color accuracy, but I found it doesn't quite match the crispness of the 5K displays we've looked at. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. The Apple Studio display takes the crown in this category with its 9 points, thanks to its unbeatable combination of 5K resolution and color accuracy that's perfect for creative professionals and everyday users alike. Next, we're going to compare them on the compatibility with Mac devices category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Let's kick things off with the LG 27MD5KLB. This monitor is practically tailor-made for Macs, offering seamless integration and plug-and-play functionality that's hard to beat. However, it lacks some of the more advanced features found in newer models, so I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Apple Studio display, it's no surprise that this monitor works flawlessly with Mac devices, offering features like center stage and spatial audio. But the high price tag and limited compatibility with non-Apple devices hold it back slightly, earning it a 9 out of 10. The Dell U4025QW is a solid contender, offering good compatibility with Macs and even supporting features like macOS control. However, it doesn't quite match the seamless integration of Apple-designed products, so I'm rating it 7 out of 10. Now, the MSI MPG 321 URX might seem like an odd choice for Mac users, but it actually plays surprisingly well with Apple devices. While it lacks some Mac-specific features, its versatility and excellent display quality make up for it, earning a respectable 6 out of 10. Last but not least, we have the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV. This monitor strikes a great balance between Mac compatibility and overall versatility, with excellent color accuracy that creative professionals will love. It's not quite as seamlessly integrated as the Apple or LG options, but it's close enough to earn a solid 8 out of 10. The Apple Studio display takes the crown in this category with 9 points, thanks to its unparalleled integration with the Mac ecosystem and exclusive features that truly enhance the user experience for Apple devotees. Next, we're going to compare them on the screen size and aspect ratio category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Starting with the LG 27MD5KLB, this 27-inch 16:9 display hits the sweet spot for many Mac users, offering ample screen real estate without overwhelming your desk space. However, some might find themselves wishing for a bit more room, especially when multitasking. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Apple Studio display, we've got another 27-inch 16:9 screen that's perfectly sized for most Mac setups, providing crisp visuals and a familiar aspect ratio. But like the LG, it might leave power users wanting more screen space. This one also scores an 8 out of 10 in my book. Now, the Dell U4025QW is where things get interesting with its massive 40-inch 21:9 ultra-wide display, giving you tons of horizontal space for multitasking. The downside? It might be too big for some desks, and the aspect ratio isn't ideal for everyone. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10 for sheer impressiveness. The MSI MPG 321 URX comes in at 32 inches with a 16:9 aspect ratio, offering a nice middle ground between the 27-inch models and the ultra-wide Dell. It's great for both productivity and entertainment, but some Mac users might find it a tad too large for comfort. This one earns an 8.5 out of 10 from me. Last but not least, we have the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV, another 27-inch 9 display that fits right in with most Mac setups. It's a tried and true size and aspect ratio, but it doesn't bring anything new to the table in this category. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. In the end, the Dell U4025QW takes the crown in this category with its impressive 9 out of 10 score. Next, we're going to compare them on the connectivity options category, which has a multiplier of 2. Let's kick things off with the LG27MD5KLB, which offers a Thunderbolt 3 port with 94W power delivery and 3 additional USB-C ports. Great for Mac users. But the lack of HDMI or DisplayPort might be a deal breaker for some. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 for connectivity. Moving on to the Apple Studio Display, it's got a similar setup with 1 Thunderbolt 3 port and 3 USB-C ports, but it ups the ante with 96W power delivery. However, like the LG, it's missing some traditional ports. It scores a 7.5 out of 10 in my book. The Dell U4025QW really steps up the game with 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, DisplayPort, HDMI, 6 USB ports, and even Ethernet. It's a connectivity powerhouse, but it might be overkill for some users. I'm giving it a near-perfect 9.5 out of 10. The MSI MPG 321URX brings a good mix to the table with DisplayPort, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, and USB-C with 90W power delivery, plus a USB hub. It's versatile, but not quite as extensive as the Dell. It earns an 8.5 out of 10 from me. Finally, we've got the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV, which offers a fantastic balance with USB-C, 96W power delivery, HDMI, DisplayPort with daisy chaining support, and a USB hub. It's got everything most Mac users need without going overboard. I'm giving it a well-deserved 9 out of 10. The Dell U4025QW takes the crown in this category with its impressive array of ports. Finally, we're going to compare these monitors on design and build quality, which has a multiplier of 3. Let's dive in. Starting with the LG27MD5KLB, it's a bit of a mixed bag. While the build quality is solid, the thick bezels and plastic construction feel outdated compared to more modern options. I'd give it a 6 out of 10 for design and build. Moving up, we have the Apple Studio Display, and it's a stunner. The all-aluminum enclosure and edge-to-edge glass screen premium, though the lack of height adjustment on the base model is a letdown. It earns a strong 8 out of 10 in this category. The Dell U4025QW impresses with its robust build and sleek design. I love the thin bezels and the versatile stand, but the curve might not be everyone's cup of tea. It scores a solid 7 out of 10 for design and build quality. Next up is the MSI MPG 321URX, and it's a gamer's dream. The aggressive styling and RGB lighting add flair, while the build quality is top-notch, but it might be too flashy for some professional environments. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 here. Finally, we have our winner in this category, the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV. It strikes the perfect balance between professional aesthetics and practical design. The slim bezels, sturdy stand, and excellent build quality make it a joy to use, earning it a well-deserved 9 out of 10 for design and build, setting a new standard for professional monitors with its impeccable attention to detail and user-friendly features. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV stands out. With its score of 85.25, it most definitely takes the cake. Believe me when I say I've worked with it extensively. Its color accuracy never fails to leave me attracting compliments on my work, and those slim bezels are something to behold. Not to mention how comfortable it is to use thanks to the thoughtful and robust build design. The fantastic connectivity options seamlessly integrate with my Mac device, and the 4K display quality, although short of the 5K we've seen today, holds its ground pretty well. Meanwhile, the Apple Studio Display does put up a good fight with an admirable total score of 82.5. Its integration with Mac devices is, hands down, unbeatable. As for the LG27MD5KLB, Dell U4025QW, and MSI MPG 321URX, each left an impression with the LG27MD5KLB's excellent compatibility, the Dell U4025QW's mind-blowing 5K 2K resolution, and the MSI MPG 321URX's perfect gaming specs. Our investigation today has shown that you'd be hard-pressed to find a definitive best in a field so flexible. But if I had to give a trophy, it goes to the ASUS ProArt PA279CRV. Still, every other monitor reviewed today is a champion in its right. It all comes down to your unique needs and how it matches with each of these beasts.